studio here, and I have the privilege of serving on the board of directors. So I've been asked tonight to welcome you to the Arts Exchange. We're so excited about this event. We're so excited. I still call this our new building. I don't know any of you knew our old building, but this is more than a small miracle, really. When I first moved in, I said I practically skipped down the halls as I was in the old building for 20 years. But doing parks. So thank you so much. I don't know, are there other board members that are here? I don't see anybody. All right, well, there's one. There's one at the back waving at us. All right, so so tonight we're really excited about these awards. This is the 7th year that we've given them out, and they're very, very meaningful. It's very special to our founder, Ebon Dooley, who founded the gold place with Alice Lovelace, and Alice has really kept these awards going. And I know many of you work with Alice too. You know what a major force she is. So I don't think she's going to be able to join us tonight, but Teresa's here, so her daughter's here. So without further ado, we're excited about our MC, but I want to introduce Jim Alexander, who's going to introduce our MC.
I know a lot of y'all. Yes, I'm a former awardee, along with a lot of these other folks. And then there's a lot of folks here that I support. These beautiful people here. Right there. There's other people, and a lot of people have supported me. So that's great. So I'm supposed to be introducing somebody who really supported me when I first came to Atlanta. Maynard Jackson brought me here. He demanded that I come and work at the neighborhood arts center. One of the things that I was really, really involved with and really, really loved was the Atlanta Jazz Festival. All right? We have here a couple of the people who were the directors of the Bureau of Cultural Affairs. All right, Ms. Love and Ms. Mayor Shirley Franklin.
Yes.
And that's an interesting part of my suggestion that Mayor Franklin, who was someone really, really close to, even more so than being mayor, when she was with the Bureau of Cultural Affairs.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of folks in here who directed and were involved with, and artists were people who got grants in the early days when a lot of artists weren't getting grants until Maynard Jackson, and Michael Lomax, and Shirley Franklin, and others got involved with saying, hey, let's make this real. And Maynard said, I promised the artists that we would, make it a real part of the city. We can give Maynard a hand. Arts Center. And then I became, I was a resident at the Neighborhood Arts Center. And then I volunteered with the Atlanta Jazz Festival, like a lot of the people who were involved with the Neighborhood Arts Center. We were involved with the different programs that came out of the Bureau of Cultural Affairs. And that is still going on today with whoever follows with our beautiful Miss Love. Everybody's worried about who and what's going to happen now that she's decided that she has other things to do. Okay. She and I have one thing really in common, and that's books. All right? We are book lovers. But anyway, back to Mayor Franklin. When the Jazz Festival started, being a jazz lover, a music lover, I've been documenting black music since 1964. That's when I started documenting black music. And I decided I wanted to document the Jazz Festival. And so I wrote a proposal to the Bureau of Cultural Affairs. And when I submitted my proposal, I said, well, either they ain't got much money or I made too big of an idea. and they were trying so hard to give everybody a little bit of something. My little bit was too little bit. So I got in touch with Shirley and I told her, I said, I can't do this project for this money. Shirley called me about a week later. And she said, Jim, come by and see me. I don't know if she remembers or not. But she said, we found a little bit more money. I had put this idea together to document and do an exhibit of this first Atlanta Jazz Festival. And so with that money, I was able to put that exhibit together and tour the exhibit in several different places. And so with that, I'm going to make a little bit of a gift. All right?
Oh, beautiful.
This picture is one of the original photographs that I did for that jazz festival. Right? The Jazz Festival, all right, and that is in honor of all of the people here and with the Neighborhood Arts Center, all right, who you supported, okay, all right, and then one personally from me. That was the original, the first press part, press release, all right? And right behind Shirley is Larry Ridley, one of my best friends. were, I was working with him also with with the jazz program that he started, okay? And that's him right behind Shirley there. And Shirley, that's from me.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Along with these pictures, one of my favorite pictures is a family picture that I did for Shirley with her family.
Oh.
A big surprise. It's a real pleasure to join you. It's a pleasure to hear the stories. And I talked a few minutes ago with the founder of Insight Tours about the importance of history. And we live in a place and in a time when there are some people, some in high places and some in not so high places, who don't want to remember the history. But one of the significant roles of artists is to tell the story. And to tell the stories and to challenge us and to challenge our values and our principles and our view of the world and the view of each other. So it's really a pleasure to join you today. I have a script, so this will be the last time you see my eyes. I'll tell one short story about Maynard. Maynard was a man of ideas.
That's right.
And a man of high values and principles, and a man of determination. When I worked with him when he was younger, in the early days, I thought he was a bull in a china clock. Things would shake on the walls when he walked in the room. But what's interesting about the arts, this part of his legacy doesn't get told so much. He had a very particular idea about what the art should be. And some of it was the result of his own experience in his family and their love of the arts, especially music. But some of it was the result of his travels as a child with his mother to Toulouse, France, when she was studying. And he became very intrigued by, in that case, the French tradition, but the traditions around the world where governments actually supported the arts. And though he had a more classical and traditional view of the arts, what he did was he adopted the ideas of the artists who were a part of Atlanta and wanted to be a part of Atlanta. So it wasn't Maynard's idea to do the neighborhood art center. It was the idea of artists. It was the idea of people who love the arts. It was not Maynard's idea to do the jazz festival, but he supported those. It was not his idea to give grants to arts organizations and grant. Those were the ideas of the community. So what he brought was an ability to respect, a humility, a respect for other people's ideas that allows us to have the kind of diversity of support and the kinds of diversity that we experience in our cultural lives in Atlanta. So I leave that's actually related to my first comment, which is that we are at a time when all of our voices need to be heard. and that we need to organize in ways that they can all be heard. And that is one of the reasons that I am here. The other reason is you don't say no to Alice. But one of the reasons that I am here is because the Arts Exchange, the journey of the Arts Exchange, the success, the trials, the tribulations, the good times and the hard times are what it takes to have a successful democracy and a successful and healthy community. And Mayor demonstrated that throughout his life, but especially as mayor, and especially in his support for arts and artists. So those are my comments, and now we'll go to the script. So Lisa, thank you so much for the introduction, and Jim. Jim, I've actually known Lisa and Jim both a very long time. People ask me what I'm doing today. I've been asked today, am I enjoying retirement? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd call it retirement yet. They also, part of the dilemma for me is I didn't expect to live to 80 years old. So I'm really trying to figure that out. I never really thought about it, and yet I find myself here. And I thank God for the blessings and the grace to be here. The Dooley Awards are given annually to artists, activists, individuals, or groups whose work creatively builds community and advances liberation in the legacy of the Arts Exchange founder, Ebon Dooley. I met Ebon Dooley as part of the input, the groups that came together. He was born Leo Ohio in 1942 in a farming town in Tennessee. He took his name while he was in college. He was a dedicated activist, poet, scholar, and founder of WRFG 89.3 FM. He was a regular part of the almost year-long discussion that we had among artists and arts institutions about what the city should do. We met, there was no minutes, there were no recordings, there were actually no photographs, there were no bylaws. The organization grew organically. And one of the best stories is the city of Atlanta had been supporting the arts, 2 arts institutions. At the end of the budget year, if there was money left over, they gave about $50,000, $60,000 to 2 arts organizations. And in the first year, with the help of everyone from the Woodruff Arts Center and the arts community, and a lot of the people that have been named and acknowledged, we got that number to over $250,000.
Come on.
We filled City Hall with activists. So that was in 1973, 1974. But Ebon was part of that. He was actually not a loud voice, but a thoughtful voice. And his perspective was very clear, that we could do anything that we set our minds to. Fisk University and Columbia Law School graduate, was an advocate for fair distribution of wealth and collective action, promoting tolerance, freedom, and equality for all. He led with a spirit of grassroots movement toward economic and social justice. In those days, young people organized, as they are doing even today, and they organized on behalf not just themselves. He understood that these interconnected movements provided the opportunity for creative expression, community building, and empowerment. He died in 2006, much too early. But we are proud to keep his legacy alive through this ceremony each year. So that is Ebon Dooley. Let's give him a hand. This is a special group, and this special group has brought us all together tonight. They are a powerful group, they are a caring group, they are a determined group, they are focused on their work, and they are focused on the work of community building, using the arts and creativity as the glue to pull people together. They are a powerful slate of activists, artists, advocates, dancers, and above all, community servants. Val Ethnic, Moving in the Spirit, Articulate Atlanta, the Counter Narrative Project, and Stephanie Smith. Yes. Let's hear for all of them. Doesn't believe we cheer loud enough for her. Louder, she says. Louder. So that is, I'm adopting that. You can always learn something new, right? The first award goes to our Bridge Builder, an internationally renowned dance company, launching pad for Black ballet dancers, an East Point community staple, founded by Nina Gilreath and Waverly Lucas. It began with the love story of a young couple who met at the Dance Theater of Harlem. On January 15th, 1990, they successfully launched the second Black-founded professional ballet company, and the first by a Black woman, creating another vehicle in the United States for dancers of color to be at the forefront. So you know me as a former mayor and other things, but my dream was to be a ballet dancer. And in 1963, there weren't a whole lot of choices. So I studied sociology. Today, Val Ethnic is classically trained, culturally diverse ballet company that blends traditional ballet with the artistic influences of other ethnic cultures, especially African American, to produce unique and exciting dance performances, and to thrill our hearts. To celebrate Val Ethnic for all the ways it has bridged Black dancers and dancers from all backgrounds to ballet, bridged classical to contemporary styles, and bridged East Point to the world. We congratulate you and welcome you to come up and accept this.
Wow, so, gosh, I feel like very, very moved. Thank you for all the friends and family that are in the room. This is exciting. It's always special to be honored by your community and your family. I see so many of the faces as we were coming along as young dancers that supported us, that told their friends and families to support us. And that means a lot because we moved here from New York and we had to create our family. And now what we're most proud of is the legacy of our young students that started with us when they were 5, 6 years old. Now they are the people running Ballet.
Yes.
So we have that juxtaposed to being in touch with Mrs. Spriggs, who helped us to start Ballet
Yes.
at Spelman College. And we have kept in touch with her. And then we have our archivist here. So as you spoke about telling stories, we learned from you all. We learned from the best. And we will continue to tell stories to celebrate all this beautiful culture here.
Yes.
Not just here, but how we spread the seeds that create the ripple effect around the world.
Wonderful.
So thank you.
Wonderful.
Greetings. I just want to really point out that Ballet has survived due to our relationships, our collaborations, and our partnerships. And two of them that were really valuable early on. One with the late Judith Jameson, who wrote our first letter of support.
And so
At Spelman College, at Baldwin Girls Theater, Moselle Spriggs. And then second, I wanted to pay homage to Mayor Jackson, who actually, we met with him in Buckhead at the CVS. On Peachtree Street. And, you know, we thought, okay, we're going to get a quick spill into him. And we talked to him, and this was before Ballet Dance Company. It was when it was a thought. And what we told him is what our dream was and what we were trying to do. And do you know, he stood up there, even after he had got his prescription, 30 minutes. And that, to me, is what our leaders should be doing.
That's right.
They should. And there was no way after that that we weren't going to have a Ballet Dance Company. And January 15th, we celebrate our 35th anniversary.
Congratulations again. The next award goes to our change makers. Moving in the Spirit began in 1986 as the powerful vision of Leah, Janine, Dana, and Dana, who believed they could unite their love for dance with their commitment to social justice and serving youth. What began as a dance class for a small group of girls at the Stewart Avenue Women and Children's Shelter has blossomed into a large, diverse, creative youth development program and organization dedicated alumni and a world-class theater, the Beam. It is a beacon of hope, a destination for dance, and a portal, maybe more importantly, for change that reaches over 350 children every week across Atlanta. We celebrate moving in the Spirit for all the lives it has positively impacted and changed far beyond the dance floor. Moving in the Spirit. Come on up.